Welcome to another episode of the Ask Swenk Show. On today's episode, we're going to help you figure out how you can actually have your team deliver on time and under budget.
I'm Jason Swenk, and I'm answering your questions. And this is Ask Swenk.
So this week's question is with Matthew. We have trouble with the creative people on our production team staying within budget. Any ideas on how to keep them accountable for budget and timeline? So Matthew, this comes down to a couple different areas. One is you're not pricing it right from the very beginning. And I see this a lot where agencies are not charging enough. And you kind of doom the project from the very beginning. Now, if you know that they're not delivering under budget, you're already measuring time, which is awesome, right? But if you're doing entirely new projects, it's hard to kind of scope those out, right? Because you don't have a benchmark in order to figure out what to do. But for the ones that you've actually done quite a bit, what we would have done is looked at the time it would take. And then we would put in two different buffers. We'd put in a buffer for the unknowns. So we'd put in a 25% buffer for the unknowns. And then we'd put in a 25% buffer for profitability. So automatically, for whatever the average that project would actually take, we would add in 50%. So that would obviously help us in order to get there. The other thing too is you want to look at the value that you're actually delivering for the particular project. So the 50% bump up was always kind of the minimum, right? But if you were talking to a client and what the value we're going to deliver and their perceived value that they had on you was much greater, you should be charging a lot more so you can actually get more. So that's one on pricing. The other thing is you may not have the right systems in place in order for your team to follow, right? So for example, on the creative team, right? If you don't have the right process for your project manager to lead and actually get the comps approved, or so the round of changes that you're doing is not set and defined to the client's just going to keep asking and asking for more and more, and the project manager is just going to keep doing more and more. So that means your profit is going to go down. It's going to take a lot longer in order to actually do. So you need to make sure you have the right systems in place. One of the things I'm going to tell you to look at after you watch this episode or listen to this episode is go check out the agency playbook. There's a whole system, a deliver system that we outline that walks you through exactly our whole delivery process to make sure that we're avoiding scope creep, actually delivering on time. So make sure you go to my website /playbook, and you'll see all the details under that particular system. There's a lot of other systems that will help you out, but I actually walk you through everything, give you all the documentation, the sign-offs, all that kind of stuff. So that will help you out. The last thing that you can actually do to encourage your team to get it done on time and under budget is to incentivize them. All right? So you could incentivize them by quarterly bonuses. So what we would do is we would say, all right, this project needs to be done by under this amount of hours. And here's the trick too. Let's say we had 200 hours allocated to this particular task or this budget. In the project software, we would put, you have 150. So we automatically, kind of moved it down because people are always going to hit what you kind of set out, right? But outside of that, what we would tell them, especially the project manager, is, look, if you deliver this under hours and have your team and you get more efficient and everybody delivers it under hours, we will split the profit with you. So if we had 150 hours, or let's just say 100 hours, right, to make the math easy, and then they delivered at 90 hours, okay? So they saved 10 hours. They're going to get paid 50% profit of what we made on that in the quarterly bonus. Now, if they did really good on one project and really bad on the other, it's a wash. They don't get a quarterly bonus. So that's what I would tell you. I'm about to sneeze. Let's see if I can hold it in. This winter is killing me and can't get over this cold. But that's what I would do. Make sure you have the right systems, make sure you incentivize the right people, and make sure you're charging the right amount. I know it's very frustrating when your team delivers over time, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the systems that you have in place. And those are 3 different kind of areas that will help you with this particular system in delivery. But like I said, make sure you go check out the agency playbook. There's a whole system dedicated to this. And then obviously the systems to everything else in order to growing and scaling your agency to help you out. So make sure you go do that, and I will chat with you soon. I want you to join the conversation. Make sure you comment and subscribe. Thanks for giving me your most valuable asset, your time.